WCS back on the boulevard. Hey, news has it. Terrence Crawford, 120,000 PPV buys versus David Avanesian. Sounds very interesting. Let's get it.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best, you gotta show me son. Actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
On the top of the hour, what's good? Salute all the supporters that's in the building, man. What's good with it? Let me see who the first in the building. CMD Boxing Report, what's good? Team 120,000 sounds way better than 15. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. As you're reading it, in the bright orange is catching your eye. Terrence Crawford versus David Avanesian. There's 120,000 pay-per-view buys with Chris Cyborg as co-main event. Now, this is quite different than the reports that has been placed out here. You know what I'm saying? Drowning this fight. And that, making people believe that the interest was not there. No one was even considering watching this fight. Yes, for $39.99. You know what I'm saying? Yes, there was people interested. Not only that, the fact that Terrence Bud Crawford was indeed the main event in his hometown and a pound-for-pound best superstar in the sport. So, of course, people are going to buy it. What's good? What's good? The great, salute to you. Rothman, what's good? Down there is being destroyed again. Mad Dog on deck, no doubt about it. QT, salute. Damn, 120K buys on a new platform. Hey, it's not just a new platform. I'm trying to tell people, right? Initially, I thought the same thing. Okay, QT? I thought the same thing, but like I put it out there, Al Heyman has his hand in BOK Prime. So from the outside looking in, people thinking it's a $5 million entity. Man, no, it's a lot that's going on from what I found out with BOK Prime. They have a lot of money behind them. Think about it. When I broke this news, right? Nobody else was talking about this and mentioning it. When I said, if you take a look, I even asked my audience, I said, what do you see that's uniquely strange about BOK Prime? I asked, I formed a question. I said, I put it out there. What do you see? Just tell me, what do you see about BOK Prime? And no one can tell me, and I put it out there. It's a whole lot of faces of people that's linked up to Showtime. Used to be linked up, is linked up, all that. Not only that, it's a situation where you look at BLK, black prime, not white prime, not green prime, not yellow prime, black prime. Black prime now. And then the other day, we was conversing and someone mentioned Don King, right? I said, well, Christy Martin is a co-promoter at BOK Prime on that night. I'm pretty sure she knows Don King for sure. I know that firsthand. I know that for myself. I don't need anybody else to tell me that. I've covered Christy Martin's cards. several of them. I've known that information. So she's a big deal in this boxing game, and even when where she used to stay in North Carolina, and they closed that down, she relocated down to Florida. You know what I'm saying? I cover her fights down in Florida. I mean, I travel, bro. But when it comes down to this BLK Prime, Al Heyman and those hedge funds and all those investors and all those people behind it, you're gonna see people gonna start paying attention. This is another entity that's coming on board in boxing. This is not like Triller. Triller has a lot of money, but it came from the music side of everything. This, the first time it shows its face in the boxing arena, a lot of people are looking at it like, okay, it's Terrence Crawford fighting David Avanesian, but they're not looking at the entire scope of BLK Prime. Now that it was able to pack the house in, start, finish, now everybody been waiting on the numbers, and the numbers come out. Now let me provide you my source, because unlike Fanon and everybody else that say reports, I'm going off something I seen. Look, I'm going off a report that I seen out here online. It's not from an MMA guy. It's not from freaking reports. It's just out here floating around in the universe. Let's read together. All right. Let me share screen right quick. And hit the like button if you're in the building. So PR.com released these numbers. It said Terrence Crawford returned to the boxing ring right here to face David Avanesian on pay-per-view with BLK. The event featured MMA superstar Chris Cyborg versus veteran Gabby Holloway and was available on Dish, DirecTV, In Demand, and BLK streaming platform. So that goes to show you right now, they have individuals that's behind this. This was on Dish, DirecTV, In Demand, and BLK streaming platform. This wasn't something that was just straight out of the freaking Walmart parking lot. It said Los Angeles, California, December 19, 2022. Terrence Crawford proved himself as the pound-for-pound king again Saturday, December 10th. All right? That what I just read earlier about December 9th, that's the date of the article. All right? That's the date of the article. Just so nobody get confused. December 10th, when he stopped European boxing champion David Avanesian in the 6th round in front of a sold-out hometown of Omaha, Nebraska crowd. With 14,360 tickets sold for the CHI Health Arena, Saturday event became the highest attending combat sports event in the history of the state of Nebraska. The full fight card featured MMA only Grand Slam champion Chris Cyborg in the co-main event as she battled boxing veteran Gabby Holloway in a 4-round bout, battering the veteran and dropping her to the canvas in round 3 before Cyborg eventually earned the lopsided victory in all 3 judges' scorecard. It say with over 120,000 global pay-per-view buys, the event is considered a commercial success for the boxing upstart BLK Prime, who has strong competition competing against the UFC 281 pay-per-view and the Lopez Martin boxing fight on the same night. Both Terrence Crawford and Chris Cyborg signed one-fight bout agreements with the upstart BLK Prime boxing promotion, which means now the December 10th event has been completed. Both Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence and a rumored female super fight between Chris Cyborg and Kayla Taylor are able to be negotiated once again. This is a newly released article that's out there talking about the numbers. It's nothing that's straight out the freaking Baskin and Robbins 31 flavors. They have solid content and information internal to this article. Now it's up to y'all to understand that you choose to listen who you want to listen to. But I thought the article was pretty damn credible. It wasn't anything that was shabby. I even kind of pretty much verified who these people were, the press releases. And they're basically linked up to a lot of well-known media tribunes, you know what I'm saying? So the information that they have pretty much ties in to the fight night that happened in Omaha, Nebraska. And the numbers sound just about right, with 120,000 plus global pay-per-view buys. You know what I'm saying? That sounds just about right. At the end of the day, this just sounds all the way true. JU, what's good? D Young on deck. Salute, Unc. Yeah, that's his average. That's more than Wilder's 77K. Oh, man, y'all still on Wilder, huh? This is about Bud Crawford, man. This is about Omaha, Nebraska legend, man. D Young, don't talk about Wilder's 77K. That's a no-no. Big Blunts and Boxing on deck. What's good, Blunts? Boxing and 54. I'm just saying, big dog. But hey, that's a good number to go off of, for real. That's a damn good number. That's solid to be facing David Avanesian. And even Spence said if he can get 10,000 for facing a bum. Well, guess what? If David Avanesian is a bum, okay, there's a lot of other fighters that's gonna come up through the ranks that's considered a bum. You know what I'm saying? Dude was knocked out. So however you want to call it, don't make him a bum just because Crawford's, in there knocking him out, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was a fight that he had to take at the last minute, right? David Avanesian already had a fight scheduled. He was the EBU champion. Okay, they dropped that fight. He went in there with Crawford. Things like this happen all the time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Things like this happen all the time. Just like Avanesian coming off a loss on the hiatus for that long period of time and stepping there with Canelo Alvarez. Come on, man. This is boxing, people. Understand the hocus pocus of boxing. Stop it. Come on, man. Understand that they can manipulate, move, finesse, however they want to massage and get that fighter where they belong. It's all about who you know. Big shout out to Team Crawford, man, for 120,000 plus. That's a success right there. That's a success. So I'm looking at it 55-45 is the only way to go heading back into negotiations whenever that happens. 55-45 is fair, it's legitimate, and we can't sit up here and act like Crawford don't sell. You know what I'm saying? We can't do that no more. We can't do that. He can sell he can sell. He's proven that he can sell, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like Errol Spence can wreck vehicles, Crawford can sell. They just different in how they come across, putting that out to the public. Crawford do it in the ring, Spence doing outside the ring. Feel me? I mean, I'm just saying, I'm being honest, bro. 55-45, that's legitimate. That's solid. That's solid negotiation numbers to start out with. 55-45. Let's get it. This man did over 120,000 pay-per-views. Let's get it, man. That's legitimate. That's legitimate. And of course, addressing the haters, they're coming out here talking about an MMA guy put that out there. If they willing to report on somebody that they don't even mention a name, I mention names. Always do. I mention the name, PR.com, look it up, read it. You know what I'm saying? They'll say an MMA guy, and then they'll turn around and say, well, reports, and they don't even give you the source of the reports. They want to say, well, it was a little bit more than what I expected. Well, guess what? 120,000 plus is a lot more than you expected too, huh? You know what I'm saying? They trying to sit up here and say, well, it did 5K. It's nothing remotely possible. When I put that shit out, when Blue said what he said about people saying that it came out 50K, they have to be idiots. He was talking about for none, bro. Straight up. He was talking about for none. Real talk. He said, you have to be an idiot. You have to be stupid. How dumb can you be? The thing, globally, he'll only do 50K. And he had, 15K, right? 15K. And he had more than that in his arena. How dumb do you have to be? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? That's pretty much Blue talking to Fanon. He just didn't say his name. I'm telling you, dog. He just didn't say his name, man. That shit is stupid. It's stupid beyond belief, man. 120,000 plus seems more of a reasonable set of pay-per-view results than what was being casted out here by these naysayers, these coward-ass naysayers who's on a freaking smear campaign, and they're black men doing this. You know what I'm saying? They're black men in the BBC, the bum boxing community. Those are the individuals putting out this fake information about Terrence Crawford, and it's not true. It's absolutely not true. Every scenario they put out is just because it's the holiday season, and they're doing anything and everything to run the numbers up, including sacrificing themselves and their credibility as a channel. We went from 50K down to 5K. Who in their right goddamn mind believe that someone's that unimportant on the level for which Terrence Crawford contends on, that he cannot produce more than that? That shit was hilarious. You know, hey, if you believe he only did 50K, idiot, okay, idiot. You must be dumb. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Crawford's a much bigger superstar than that, period, hands down. No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. I'm glad to see, Crawford with the success with the numbers. It's only going to prove to his benefit if he chooses to revisit these negotiations in 2023. We're finally on the back end of December. All right? We're finally on the back end of December. It's a lot that's going to go on from this weekend to the next weekend when we actually enter the next calendar simulation of 2023. There's a lot that's going to go on because in the boxing world, people are still curious about, okay, are we going to get these talks or not? The landscape is so wide open, yo. It's so freaking wide open. Where can you go with it? Bud has stepped out the ring, got paid. It's official. It's on his box rec. You can't sit up here and blame and tarnish and speak so damningly about BLK Prime not being official, not being something. No, they had some certified names that's official. Christy Martin, she was out there. It's official. You had some official individuals running the show. So we know BLK Prime is official. They have money behind them. They're official. I put it out there that Al Haymon has something to do with BLK Prime. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nobody mentioned that shit before I did about Al Haymon having his hand in that BLK Prime. All you got to do is BLK, black. He has his hand in that. Ain't nobody see shit. Ain't nobody knew nothing about it. Period. He has his hand in there. He has his hand in there. Y'all need to pay attention to that. Y'all supposed to support Errol Spence so bad, but yet you're dogging out an entity that will have black fighters coming on deck, and you're supposed to be doing what again? You supposed to be supporting the same advisor, Al Heyman, who has his hand in BOK Prime. You supposed to be supporting Spence. You supposed to be supporting him, right? But yet you dogging out BOK Prime. You dogging out Crawford situation. Y'all all over the place, man. Like, y'all are running around with your head cut off. You know what I'm saying? Y'all blind. Y'all don't have no sense of direction on where you're going with this shit. See, what started off as a game, now you're looking extremely stupid, because now people don't even know, are they freaking Errol Spence supporters? Or have now they just turned it to a bunch of hippies, you know what I'm saying, just running around the YTC streets with no sense of direction in the bum boxing community? What are they main focus right now? Where are they direction? Why are they reporting on these people? Why do they continue to talk about Crawford for the entire back end of 2022 and become the National Enquirer? You jeopardize your motherfucking integrity, bro. Kate, man, what's good? LOL, I know I'm saying how they don't ever want to talk about that. Okay. I get what you're saying with the Wilder situation. Yeah, I get it. They done hated Bud Crawford to higher pay-per-view than Wilder, but I thought his fans don't support him. But hey, what do I know? Hey, we never thought his fans didn't support him. You know what I'm saying? Showtime, we was the one that was calling bullshit on that making the fight at 7-Eleven. Oh, I made the fight at 7-Eleven with Avanesian. Man, you didn't know shit about what was going on, period. Just like these knuckleheads, they don't know shit about what's going on with BOK Prime behind the scene, really. They really don't know. They just up here talking shit. Now they so confused and delirious that if they supporting black fighters, who are they supporting? You running a smear campaign on one fighter, but yet you're causing Errol Spence's name to be less of a topic in the YTC, because you're not even speaking about him as much as you're talking about Bud. He's less relevant. This man is out here talking about accidents and shit, fake ass accidents. All of a sudden he has an accident. He was going to do a fight announcement 3 days after. Says who? Who did you tell that to? You're bullshitting, bro. You went through the extreme to put yourself in harm's way so you can get up out of a fight. That's what we doing out here, Spencerholics. That's what we doing. Your savior, your idol, is out here faking accidents so he won't have to get in the ring till my stuff start to hurt. Stuff started to hurt. Brian Custer didn't even believe that nigga when he was interviewing him. Brian Custer didn't even believe Errol Spence, bro. See, if I would have known Reggie Owens was on deck, man, I would say, Reggie, man, shoot me your cash out, man. Let me drop you something, man. Get that motherfucking interview. Hunt that nigga, man. Hunt him down with the mic. Don't run from me. Don't run from the smoke. Don't run from the smoke. I need this interview, goddammit. Don't run from the smoke, Errol. Reggie should have goddamn been on his heels, bro. Kept walking in front of him. Errol, stop, man. Stop. You know the YTC been waiting on. Hey, man, stop running, bro. Then you just have an accident. You're going to injure yourself even worse. Chill, relax. Relax, man. You're breathing hard and everything. I just have about 15 questions to ask you, okay? And then we can get up out of here. All right? Just 15. That's it. I don't believe that's asking too much. I would have had to shoot Reggie some goddamn cash out money, man. So he can goddamn stay on Spence's heels all the way until he went to the parking lot, downstairs, on the roof, you know, jump off that motherfucker, land in the parking lot. No, man. Hell no, shawty. Somebody need to get those answers out of him. I don't know what you're talking about. Cite the sources. I already damn shared where I got the source from. So where I got to cite the source from. I know you probably coming over here all late, but hit the replay, brother. For not too grown to be playing, because I got a lot of youth watching, shaking my head. Well, if the youth is watching, you know, tell them to come over here. because I explained to them about them challenges out here, just talking out their ass. You know, they have no real integrity about content creation no more. Like I said yesterday, if you look at the YouTube community, this shit has changed dramatically, like extensively. It's almost like these guys have not recovered since the pandemic, and they're on this march. You know what I'm saying, to basically so-called just say fuck it. We're gonna rebel without a cause, and we're gonna just throw away what's supposed to be solid boxing, credible boxing content, and we're just gonna talk about stories. We're gonna be more mainstream. We're gonna talk about stories, fictitious stories. We're gonna create storylines just like they do in Hollywood, and we're gonna tell stories. That's how we're going to build up our fan base. We're going to create stories. That's going to be our content. But see, the one thing about their stories is they're lying. Not only are they lying, they're talking about one fighter. So what happens when that one fighter finally hangs up the glove? What's next for these guys? Are they going to be able to lean towards another fighter? And who are you going to select to take the place of Bud Crawford? Who are you going to select to take the place of Bud Crawford? Once he's gone, who else you going to put in there? Javante? It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. You can't put Javante in there. Who's going to be next? Shakur Stevenson? Who else are y'all going to attempt to put out there in your line of fire and lie on them? This too shall pass. Believe it or not, this too shall pass. With all this lying and just devaluing Crawford's success as a fighter, this too shall pass. And the challenge that's out here doing this shit, they're the ones that's gonna suffer the most damage, because everybody sees the primary channels that's going about this every day. They know who they are, and then when they try to switch it up, when the flame is out and Crawford's moved on, and they're going to try to bring in another fighter. People are going to remember this time, this moment, when you was talking all that shit about a fighter who did nothing to you. If Bud really got $5 million like Key, IDIC, and Fight Hub said with $2.5 million in escrow, and David Avanesian only got $500K. Bud made $14 million off pay-per-view only. That's incredible. A lot of people were saying that don't look so much of what the money they gave Bud initially. You know what I'm saying? And then I think Blunts was even on here. I know it was some live streams that was on here when people was going over the numbers of 50K. You know what I'm saying? Who will make what off the 50K? But you're talking about 120K changes things up a lot more. You know what I'm saying? It changes things up a lot more. So I just want to hear those individuals talk about this 120K for real. And I don't know what you're talking about, Zon. Talking about sources. I guess you must have got over here late. Appreciate that, Blunts. Mad Dog say, some even said it was a fixed fight because David got KO'd with one punch. And the question, the gloves, they just don't want to see Bud win. You see, I don't mention the gloves like that. You know why? Because it's up to the commission who approved him to go out in the 6th round with those gloves. And furthermore, when we speak of one punch, when we speak of this one punch, right? We wasn't in the 1st round. We was in the 6th round. We was in the 6th round. We wasn't in the 1st round now. We're not talking about Mike Tyson, Bruce Seldon. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the 6th round of the fight. So you're trying to tell me, based off the end of a combination, Terrence Crawford is incapable of knocking out David Avanesian with one punch? Yeah, is that truly what we're speaking about? I mean, y'all think about it. David Avenesian did basically catch Crawford's left hand. He put his right hand up. He was holding the phone. He caught that a little bit, but Crawford came with that right hand, lined him up real nice. Game over. So you know how that goes with people, right? The C blind, they ain't gonna talk about that. I didn't say he owns it. I say he has a hand in it. Just look at the staff. Look, y'all niggas need to do me a favor, right? Y'all grown ass men. When somebody drop information, stop acting like you know. You know, I can't do that. I never was the person to do that. I've seen people catch hell, in the military for acting like they knew something ahead of time. And then they say, okay, come up here. Come up here. Okay, you say you knew it, right? Okay. Explain to them what you're doing. Go ahead. What I just told you. Go ahead and do it. No, you said you knew it then. I asked who all knew it. You put your hand up. You knew how to do this. Me, I'm looking at it like, stop acting like you know everything when it comes to certain areas that you may not be privy to. I don't do that, man. If I don't know, I don't know, bro. I'll say, tell me. Tell me I don't know. I have no reason, because I'm not the most intelligent human being on earth. It's kids out there, special kids. You know what I'm saying? There are savants out there. Even though savants are considered smart in a specific area and not all areas, they are super genius smart in that one area, though. You know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy, man. Al Heyman has his hands in BOK Prime. Real talk. Let's get it. I'm telling y'all, I think Bud vs. Spence fight is done, fam. People said he only did 5K buys, so how they gonna go back in negotiation? The possibility, fam, I wouldn't deny it. Was mind-boggling. I really thought it was Warren Buffett. So you think Warren Buffett will have his hands in BOK Prime? It's not like Warren Buffett can't have his hands in BOK Prime, okay? We're talking about hedge fund, okay? Let me break something down to y'all again, right? Let me ask y'all a question. Real talk, bro. And this is on the same level shit, bro. We talking, right? Name 2 entities Al Heyman has to answer to. This is on some real shit. Name 2 entities. Who does Al Heyman have to answer to? Name 1 or 2 entities, okay? Who does he have to answer to? Who does he have to answer to, bro? Who does Al Heyman have to answer to? Al Heyman. Who does he have to answer to? Somebody please drop that info in the chat, man. Because you put information out and people want to act like, oh well, so and so said that way back when. Who does Al Heyman have to answer to? Please let me know. Cause this is gonna give you a little bit more light on the BOK Prime situation. Hey, Jones, what's good? I hate these losers. What do they say now after line all week? They don't care. They don't care. I do. I do. You better take a look around, Balash. If you think Al Heyman don't have his hands in BOK Prime, man, come on, bro. Come on. Look, how can Paulie Malignaggi and Antonio Tarver link up? Look at who's announcing the fights. Look who's announcing the fights, man. Just look at the cast. You'll find out for yourself. Look at the cast, man. Look who they're connected to. Look who they connected to over there, man. It's right there in front of your eyes, man. Eddie Hearn need to shut his bitch ass up too, because he said it wouldn't do 10K. All these MS dumbers. Eddie Hearn's gonna say what he want to say, man. He's gonna hate when he hate anyway. You know how Eddie get down. The shit can be way off the mark. He don't care. He'll tell you he lined it up dead center, bullseye. Hey Eddie, it's word come out. I'm 120K. What do you think about that? Yeah. Well, it's just like I said it was. It's 10K. I mean, it was close. I mean, that's Eddie Herm. It was close, wasn't it, mate? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was close. 10K, 120K. It's close. I'm just 110 off. It's not bad. I'm still batting 100. He said stuff hurt because he found out about them numbers Bud did, and he's trying to see if they can go back and make this fight happen next. Unification trump mandatories. He don't want Thurman. Yeah, unification does trump mandatories, don't it? In this particular case, yesterday's price isn't today's. And he has to understand that. Even the percentage, right? This 65-35, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Seriously, that ain't happening. So the narrative and the fictitious lies is going to be coming out is that 120K ain't nothing special. Because all they did was talk about how Bud didn't put butts in the seats previously. And he can't sell, and he ain't nobody. But yet, 120K comes out, solid numbers. And he got paid. And just what Blunt said, you know, if the man end up getting higher than the basic template of 10 million that they was giving him, all because they heard 8 figures. They heard 8 figures initially. So people just rounded that shit off at 10. But what if it was more than 10 million, dog? What if he received more than 10 million off a David Avanesian fight? He's definitely headed back to negotiations and being like, hey, I just proved once again that bullshit y'all talking, this fight can be much bigger than it is. But like I said, I don't know if the fight is going to happen. I've been on record and said the fight ain't going to happen. Now, I can stand to be corrected, but, you know, I don't think the fight going to happen. He said, not even blue. You hilarious, dog. That's your problem. When they report fake shit, I don't see you over here telling me, hey, man, I don't know why they're reporting fake shit. Man, get your ass up out of here, dog. Don't let me turn the attention on you because it ain't going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You come over here talking about what somebody else said is known for putting out fake-ass information, dog. So all of a sudden you're gonna hold WCS accountable, and I gave you a motherfucking look. It's a difference. You have these guys that don't even give you anything. They say reports, sources, reports, sources. I goddamn cited my shit. Do you not know what a cite mean? Have you ever written a paper in college, bro? Do you know how to cite your information? Come on, man. I'm talking to supposedly. I don't know. School is out, so you might be a 14-year-old kid. I don't know. I got to factor that into consideration that the kids are out for holidays. So it's a lot more people going to be coming around here that don't know shit about boxing. Real talk. You know shit about goddamn biology and history and all that, and when lunchtime is. You know, go in there and make you a bologna sandwich. But some of you motherfuckers are coming over here who don't know shit because you're going to try to hold WCS accountable for shit you don't hold them accountable for, and you're going to use their name on my live chat. That's hilarious, man. That's funny. That's quite adorable that you're putting in all this work, little puppy. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get permission before you hop on here again now. These are around grown adults who talk boxing all the time now. You busy over here talking about, Blue didn't report it. Give him time. Give him time, goddammit. If you're talking about hearing Fanon talking about an MMA guy, the MMA, they said he did 5K. What's her name? What's her name? At least I gave you a site and I goddamn shared it with my listeners. I didn't come over here and deprive my listeners of a source site. Some people say sources, reports. They don't give you shit. I gave you a motherfucking site. I gave you the information internal to the site. What more do you need? I'm not gonna sit up here and babysit grown people, dog. They watching, you got 44 watching, only 24 likes. Hit the like button. You know what it is, Pop, man. I try to break information to these mugs, and they act like they got it already. I break Hector Garcia, and they try to say somebody else broke it first. It's all good, dog. They don't want to get World Combat Sports. Goddamn love this shit. But, look, the wild part about it is it's a situation going on with World Combat Sports. And someone's trying to purchase World Combat Sports from me. I just thought I'd put that out. These cats are trying to talk up stuff, not realizing that there's other collateral things that's going on, that's taking place. You have more than one person, well, this group of people that's trying to speak me about coming off my name for a really good dollar amount. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it's not high as I would want it. But they say, damn, World Combat Sports encompasses everything globally. Now, I put that out there. Now, if you want to go try to, do it yourself, I'm going to sue the shit out of you. I'm just letting you know. I'm going to sue the shit out of you, period. But I just thought I'd put that out there, man. It's been going on for months now. I guess they have something bigger that they want to do with it. And they have this plan, this team, and all this other stuff. Real talk, man. Real talk. Because if Al Heyman is involved, then why was he trying to give Crawford below $10 million, according to Crawford, but behind Crawford getting $10 million guaranteed? Because Al Heyman is with who again? Al Heyman can have his hands in BOK Prime. That doesn't mean he's the one that's trying to operate. Man, that's a lot of shit that's going on behind the scene. No one said Al Heyman was the owner of BOK Prime. No one told you that. I say he has his hands in it. Having his hands in it is basically could be communicating with those individuals on how to raise that company up. You know what I'm saying? Not so much as a silent partner, but having his hands in it as far as how things are running over there, to basically, you know how people create other businesses, but they're not the primary, their name is not stamped all over, but they have their hand in there. They have influence. They have a piece of the slice of the pie, brother. That's what I'm thinking. Al Heyman, he has a slice of the pie in BOK Prime, but not to the point how he running PBC and TGB over there. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand, Al Heyman is being looked at. He's been scrutinized. He's already been taken to court back in the day. So there's nothing wrong with him creating businesses, having his hands in other entities of boxing and growing them up. There's nothing wrong with that. He just have to make sure he do it the right way. But his selection process, it's not difficult to look around for BLK Prime that night and see that he has his hands in that. Now, you're talking about Crawford, why this or that and the other. Listen, you acting like Al Heyman was just being totally impossible. You have to understand, we're dealing with Errol Spence that has nothing to do with BLK Prime, brother. Errol Spence fall up under who? Al Heyman over there at Showtime, bro. That's what he falls up under. He has the belts over there. That's what he falls up under. That's his main concern over there with Errol Spence. If they saying Terrence Crawford agreed to everything, you heard people say that, right? You can't say that. Then why the fight didn't happen? It's been out there already. The fight didn't happen because Crawford wanted to fight this year. Y'all acting like the fight didn't happen because it was impossible to happen. That's not it. They made the fight happen. Crawford agreed to it. Al Heyman is in the best interest of who? Errol Spence Jr. How he's going to bring an outside fighter in there and show him more hospitality than his own fighter. Because his own fighter is signed to him. Terrence Crawford isn't signed to Al Heyman. Al Heyman wants Crawford to sign to him in a multi-fight deal, but he refused to. So therefore, Al is saying, you know what, I'm going to make it as difficult as I possibly can. I'm not getting a 33 and a third off you, I'm getting it off dang Errol Spence. So if I can bring in Keith Thurman and get 33 and a thirds, that's good money for Al. He ain't worried about Crawford. That's why he was negotiating and goddamn lowballing him like it's cool, because he gonna make him earn it. But at the last minute, you want to switch the fight over to 2023? No, bro. Come on, man. No, bro. That's not it. As soon as I heard Fanon say 5K, I hit Combat and said, ain't no way in hell this is true, right? 2 days later, it comes out that it's 120K. I knew it was bullshit. Yeah, man, you know, people up here, and he telling the truth. He did hit me up with that. He did drop. I even use his screenshot that he sent me. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. You know, that 50K deal came out, and then some MMA guy, they want to report that shit. When y'all come over to this chat mentioning those dudes' names, I want you to do yourself a service and have some integrity. Because I feel like if you willing to just come over here recklessly because you want to listen to guys give you information without no source, they just said reports, breaking, sources. They don't give you names. They don't give you any of that shit. They'll take your motherfucking content and don't even give you credit for it. When you come over here on this side and act like you trying to hold me accountable, you might just get timed out. Real talk. You might just get timed out, man. Shout out to Kate Man P with the $10 super chat on deck with it. What's good with it? Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you supporting the channel. PBC using Errol Spence like a rapper now. He has his sub code, aka Man Down Pro. If I was Frank Martin, I would got to the source myself, and Errol won't make a dime off me because he don't want to fight. Hey, bro. I can't even get on the Frank Martin right now. Frank Martin is Frank Martin. He is who he is. I just hope him and Keyshawn fight next. Seriously. I hope him and Keyshawn fight next. Shout out to Town Business Sports and Entertainment on deck. What's good there, Town? Good reporting. This is hilarious. So much for Terrence Crawford doing only 5K pay-per-views. Shout out to Town Business, man. Another soldier on the grounds, man. And he be staying close to the info too. You know what I'm saying? Me and him be talking behind the scenes, and he be having a lot of freaking info he putting out there too. You know what I'm saying? And he put that shit out on a regularity. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? That 5K shit. Look how many people talking about 5K just based off an MMA guy. No name. Now check this out. So if it's news that you feel that you should report on, shouldn't you give us a name? If wherever you gather the source from, if y'all cats are coming over here telling me cite, I'm telling you go fuck yourself. Because y'all are not in their chat telling them to cite. I'll take that back. It is some hardcore troopers. I'll take that back. It is some hardcore troopers that be over there. It is. They be holding him accountable. They be holding both of them accountable, but they don't want to acknowledge him. But all I'm saying is, they don't even freaking cite names. They just say reports, sources, reports. WCS put out, and he shares screens with you for PR.com. Share screen with you. And they over here talking about, cite that source, man. All I seen was the thumbnail. Man, get out of here. But shout out to Town Biz, man. Shout out to Kate Man P for the $10 super chat. Much appreciated. One love to the donation. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for supporting the movement, man. It's not easy. Big Blunts just put the link in the chat. Don't complain about citing if you have people dropping the link in the chat and you refuse to click the link to read. If you refuse to click the link to read, don't complain about shit. If you want to listen to somebody tell you, oh, well, it's 5K buys from an MMA guy. One MMA guy reported, so you're going to come over here and tell me, oh, man, what did you get this at? Oh, that ain't credible. Source that shit. Source that. Nah, you go over there and hold them accountable. He said blunts can't be listening to them clowns, brother. Laughing my ass, them niggas give me a headache. And that's what they want, man. They want you to get a headache. They want you to go through the tyranny, bro. They want you to go to the psychological tyranny, bro, in the white padded room, beating your head on goddamn metal piping. They come peek through the glass. Time for your medication. We heard 5K. Yeah, from an MMA guy. Tell me his name. No, calm down. Calm down now. Don't need to know his name. It's just an MMA guy. All I want you to think about is an MMA guy. That's your source right there, MMA guy. He said 5K. No. MMA guy isn't the name. Tell me his name. Now see, I'm going to have to come in there and give you some more medication. If you keep it up, I'm going to have to put the bright lights on you, the strobe lights. You don't mean to come back and start playing songs over and over again. 5K from the MMA guy. 5K. They be driving these motherfuckers to the psych ward, dog. They be goddamn driving these motherfuckers to the psych ward. They be paying attention to them so much. And they want to come over here talking about, hey, man, cite your source. No, get your ass over there and tell them what you telling me. These dudes come out with something every freaking day with no sources, no nothing. And then y'all want to talk about, oh, well, let me take a look at the chat. You got 300 people. Okay, they're credible. James said, it's the fact these cult-following hate channels blatantly lie and the sheep blind that follow that scares me, man. We know what sheep is about. You know what I'm saying? We know what sheep is about. That's a scary group to be a part of because you don't know who is the smartest sheep. Which one is more intelligent than the other? You know what I'm saying? That is the dangerous part about the sheep mentality. Usually when they crash and burn, man, they crash hard. They crash hard. We seen that shit happen with Blue. You know, just following the sheep mentality. And then you stray off in the 7-Eleven and long behold, that wolf come up on your ass. Hey, man, how you feeling? Oh, you didn't think I'd see you out here, huh? Come over here for a second, bro. Let's talk. No, hey, I'm only going to ask you once, bro. Come over here, man. What's this shit you been talking about me, man? Why you sitting up here defaming my name like that, you know? Just talking that bullshit. You know who I am? I'm the best fighter in the world, nigga. What's wrong with you? At one point in time, you was supporting me. Right? I seen the videos you was supporting me, but I'm still undefeated. And all of a sudden, you switch over to Errol Spencer, start talking that shit. That okay, he can beat me now. Hey, good brother. Hey, good brother. Hey, good brother. Hey, brother. Hey, good. No, we passed that good brother shit, man. We on some Omaha shit right now. I'm just trying to find out what happened. What made you start talking all that bullshit and putting out fake news about me? Man, I'm telling you, that shit happened, bro. Bud Crawford rolled up and pressed at him. And then he tried to switch it up and smooth it over by saying, oh, you know what? I'm a silent partner. Nigga, silent partner doesn't engage in daily operations, okay? I already put the definition up there of a silent partner. So we can do away with that shit. Silent partners isn't commentating as an unofficial scorer on fight night. That's not what silent partners do, bro. Which one is it? The gig is up. Which one is it? You wasn't able to get nobody credentials. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to put it out there. You know, I know my guy hit you up several times, bro. My guy hit you up several times, and we was both trying to link up. He was trying to link up. If he was able to get the application, I was going to put in for it, and we was going to be out there at Omaha. But you wouldn't even call my man back. Come on, man. Good brother. You wouldn't even call my man back, bro. And you supposed to be a part of this shit. You sabotage other black media being able to attend Terrence Crawford event. The ones who really put the media out. We was really trying to go over there in Omaha and support Terrence. But what did I get on IG? Like motherfuckers trying to tell on a grown man, oh man, I thought you was gonna be over there in Omaha. You in the NYC. Oh wow. I'm in NYC because it was impossible to get a hold of media credentials. Impossible. They said the shit was sold the fuck out. We already knew the shit was gonna be sold out. But no response. Right, Town? No freaking response, man. We up here talking behind the scene, no response. The goddamn, hey, Coach Malachi, luckily for him, Coach Malachi goddamn had other connects on the distant end that he knew that got him credentials. See, it's all about who you know. Don't let that shit fool you. It's all about who you know, bro. The only media I seen coming from that way. That's the only person I seen goddamn taking pictures with Crawford, taking pictures with Rick Ross, Antonio Tarver. You know what I'm saying? All those fighters. It's the only person I seen over there. And we try to support these black channels, some of these black channels, we try to support Crawford. You know what I'm saying? But it was impossible. Couldn't get a damn credential application. And then imagine we still try to go over there on the week of. Where would have stayed? I would have had to go find me a little Omaha shawty and goddamn camp in for the damn week. You know what I'm saying? It's possible. Go link up with a shawty over there. Say, I'm just over here for the fight, but you know, I can put some food in your fridge and everything, hook everything, you know, while I'm over here. You know what I'm saying? Just let me crash out, you know, until Sunday morning. We good. It'll be entertaining, bro. I can't cap. But it gets tired and old, fam. They just be coming up with the shit. D Young, it's the same old shit every day. And they switching it up, trying, continue bashing. It is, man. As long as y'all seeing that shit, that these dudes are trash-ass content creators, they sold themselves short. They get mad. Look, they get happy when I talk about it. But yet they get angry, too. Because when you call them coward-ass trash channels, they feel like I'm talking to them personally. I'm really talking about your channel. If you the one that's behind your channel and you feel that resonates heavy with you, then so be it. But when you sit up here personally bashing a man, it's outside of boxing, then it's free game for you to be bashed too. Putting out fake ass news, bro. Do you want the damn Spence fight or don't you? Because now y'all keep on talking about Errol Spence warns Terrence Crawford. Errol Spence exposes Terrence Crawford negotiations. If you and them niggas that's still out here talking about negotiations, you are the biggest dummy. You are the premier BBC Platinum member, the Bum Boxing Community Platinum member. You are the BBC Platinum member. If you're still talking about, well, Errol Spence, he exposes Crawford during negotiate. Ain't nobody talking about that bullshit no more. The man has already fought in Omaha, packed the place out, and he's at home, chilling. A simple Google search fact check proves these guys wrong most of the time. Hey, man, you already know what it is. You already know what it is, bro. CMD, but didn't do nothing to them. He didn't even give them an interview. Okay, now we talking. That's really why they mad. Grown men acting like kids. Okay, check this out. I'll say CMD, Boxing Report. Salute to you. Great shit, man. Great shit, bro. Okay, let's highlight the fact that Bud Crawford chose to stay on the outer boundaries of giving these guys an interview. Let's highlight that fact, which CMD Boxing Reports just put out there. That is indeed true. You know why it's true? Because all you have to do is pay attention to the week heading up to the fight at BOK in Omaha, Nebraska. He did Akim Marak, the good fight with Kate Abdul, Brian Custard, and many other channels, bro. Even the Boxing Voice. The Boxing Voice. Shout out to Ness, man. The Boxing Voice got an interview. But all these other channels, they seem to feel some type of way they became even more agitated and started acting erratically because Bud Crawford did not give them an interview. Why would he give you an interview? See, it's a difference between Bill Haney and Bud Crawford. Bill Haney ain't a fighter. Bill Haney is up for the charge. He's up for the company in the YTC. He understands what the jungle is like over here, bro. He has no problem coming over here. Bill Haney and Bud ain't the same people. Bill is not a boxer. Bud Crawford is a boxer. Bill comes on here and talks about his boxer. Just happened to be his son. Bud Crawford, he chooses to come in here and talk about boxing with certain channels who he believe respect him. Now, if you go back in the day, people was complaining about Bud Crawford not being media friendly. He don't talk to the media. Bob Arum has been on record as saying that, you know, it's hard to put a guy who doesn't want to promote. He never really wanted to be in front of the camera. We know that. We know that for sure. But the fact that he did not show no love to these idiots is golden, because he shouldn't have. He shouldn't have came here and showed y'all no love. Not even Blue. He didn't go on Blue's channel. He big mad. He did not go on Blue's channel. Look, imagine this right here, bro. Imagine if you would have went on Blue's channel, man. We're talking about 2,000 in attendance, plus 2,000 plus tuned into that live stream. Real talk. Check this out. Because the narrative was placed out there in the streets, and we had bum ass clowns out there talking about, oh man, I could tell my kids that I was a part of making Terrence Crawford Avenue. No, the fuck you wasn't. Nigga, are you crazy? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? You didn't have shit to do with this. You didn't have nothing to do with it. These black channels up here running to my, oh, we helped make that fight. You didn't have shit to do with the fight. Nothing. You didn't have no negotiations. You wasn't at the table. You couldn't even get a credential application. That's just straight up facts, bro. You couldn't even get credential applications filtered out to some of the YouTube segues that wanted to damn travel over there to Omaha and support the brother. Nah, y'all held to the last week, knowing the shit was sold out and all this other shit, and people didn't have accommodations. And we're waiting to see, okay, am I going to be able to cover the fight? Because the front liners, we ain't going over there to watch the fight. We want to go over there to cover the fight. To cover the fight. Let's see what happens when y'all roll down my way now. Let's see what it is when you roll down my way. Y'all got to come to the A, shawty. Y'all, hey, Adrian Pearl's supposed to come to the A next February, right? Let's go. I don't have to request and try to put in for Travel Dan. Y'all coming to my backyard. Yeah, me and my people already speaking on that. You're going to be at the State Farm Arena, shawty. Real talk. Y'all didn't make any for fight happen. If you're going to tell your kids anything, you're going to lie to their ass. You know what I'm saying? You didn't make goddamn Terrence Crawford, David Avanesian happen. Desmond is the one that was sitting out there reaching, because like I said before, when Errol Spence said they was blindsided, look, they weren't blindsided, brother. Al Heyman already knew what was going on with that shit, bro. Come on, man. He just didn't want that fight to be with Errol Spence Jr. He didn't want Terrence in the ring with Spence. Spence is his fighter, that's his money maker, his prize fighter. Jamel Charlo's his prize fighter. You know, he want to keep them belts in-house, bro. Now, Canelo's different. Canelo bring a different type of attention when it comes to the money. But yeah, y'all didn't make a motherfucking thing, dog. Be honest with yourselves. You didn't make shit happen. BOK definitely see the expectations. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let me address you. So you saying PR is a small business site, but goddamn a YouTube channel is even smaller, and then you come over here rebelling, talking about why haven't he released it when he sit up here and supposedly put out information that y'all run with and put all out to everywhere and go on other people's damn panel and regurgitate, but yet you're talking about a legitimate tribune that put out information, someone that's qualified, a site that's qualified, that you can look out here. Do when you go to that information, do you go to bluebloodsports.com, or you just go over in his chat when he go live for the 15th time in the parking lot, and you run up here and jump on somebody's panel and regurgitate what he said? Okay, help me understand what you got going on, brother. Help me understand, because if I cite some shit, it's not considered a site. It's small. But you go to an entity that's even smaller. You go to an entity that's even smaller, because people don't even go put .com in there when they looking up his information or any one of these other cats' information. You don't put no search inquiry in Google. You might see it pop up on a video. All you got to do is get in the algorithm. Shit, you put worldcombatsports.com, my shit will pop up on Google. Try it out. Try it out. The man got beat out of the pocket, tried to establish himself on the inside, and on the way in, left uppercut and right hook. Hey, what is he uploading though? He's just spitting out information. He just spitting out information. So you mad because the numbers are out 120K. But look, why 120K though? Is that huge? Why not 220K? Why not 220K? Why not 120? Why not 220K? Don't 120K seems about right? Are you giving it any type of process? Like, are you looking at it like, yeah, that's about right? Or you still want to be 5K, 50K? Get here, bro. You seem mad. So what? You got timed out. You up here continue to say things, and you want to go over here and highlight where you get your information from a guy who's known to be a full-time clickbaiter, bro. And then they leave. They leave to my good day, brother. It ain't got shit to do with no brothers. Because you over here on some fuckboy shit. It ain't got nothing to do with no brothers, bro. Bro. It don't have nothing to do with no brothers. You over here taking information to my didn't report on it. So shit, a nigga report on anything, you running with it, and you don't sit up there and hold him accountable saying, hey, where you get that source at? Who is that? What can I find at? And then he give you, go to pr.com. All right, good, man. Cool. I'm about to do a live on this shit now. No, man, don't do that now. Don't do it when WCS do it. I'm going off something I can actually retrieve. Hey, talk to him, Rothman. Explain to him app. You know what I'm saying? Explain to him. You know what I'm saying? Explain to him, dog. Explain to him. Explain to him what Bill Prime was doing before this information broke that Terrence Crawford and David Avanesian fight. When they talking about the app, then you hear Blue over there talking about go to blkprime.com. Go to blkprime.com. You know, if you want to order a fight. They really got these dudes up here around here like clones, man. Like it's I Am Legend all over again, man. Them motherfuckers in a dark area all gathered around each other breathing hard. Now, coming to the light, nigga. Come on, Fred. You know what I'm saying? You remember Fred off I Am Legend? Come on in the light, Fred. What you doing out here, Fred? What's going on? Michael Johnson, Boston Talking More. Salute to you, brother. What's good? Hold on for one split second, y'all. You know, our part about this is that WCS pretty much keep that shit as authentic as possible. You know what I'm saying? Citing sources and all that. But now you got dudes that think they're gonna hold me accountable for playing catch up. I can't catch up with these dudes putting out fake information. They do this shit on a regular basis, man. I can't catch up to them. So don't bring your happy ass over here trying to talk about what I should do with my sources and me breaking. You ain't doing that shit on Fanon. You ain't doing it with Blue. You ain't doing any of these channels like Boxing Ego, just talking the same shit all the time. Yeah, they said that Sean Porter fight was fixed. What else is new? Some of these dudes on here are just sad at the end of the day. They hating is just really fear. They do, man. It's 48 in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? Do me a favor and get the likes up, man. Appreciate the love. Appreciate my guy Sean New, man. You know, dropping the goddamn load. You know, with the 120K pay-per-view buys. I don't have no problem shouting out, giving love. You know, like I said, Big Blunts be dropping me shit behind the scene. It be people dropping me info from behind the scene. It's up to me to do my due diligence. But one thing, I look at it this way. This is what I was trying to explain to Blunts the other night. When Blunts drop me information, I understand that the information he's dropping me isn't bullshit. It ain't Inquirer. That's what I was trying to explain to him about the random nigga shit. I would never bring a random nigga on here to speak information to my listeners because it's a representation of who I am. You know what I'm saying? Just like Showtime giving me information. I know he ain't gonna bring me some bullshit information. But it's still up to me to read the information and either say, okay, I've seen this already. I know where it's coming from. I got it. You know what I'm saying? I got it. But most of the cats that send me information, they ain't sending me no damn inquiry shit. They not. It's legitimate info, bro. Shout out to them cats, man. You know what I'm saying? Fanon is his own source, aka liar. Them dudes do be lying though, man. Them dudes lie. And what nobody was talking about too is what happened to all the media coverage that was out there, you know, for Errol Spence fight for Frank Martin. Like y'all knew he was gonna be up there, right? Y'all knew he was gonna be up there, but Errol's like running from the media, dog. And then something that I've known firsthand being on deck. I'm just gonna put it out there, real talk. I've talked to you all about this before, and I put it out there. How PBC was catering to ES News. Now, yeah, look, I have no problem with Ellie. He haven't did anything to me, except one time. Certain people seem to walk around with their chest puffed out because they have all this attention. Now, some of us got it strictly out of the box. He was in NBA, and I'm not going to go into the whole story off that. But I'm not going to go in depth on why they showing him all this attention. But when you have one media entity that you allow access to all these fighters, that's just one person who is just taking video and putting it out there. Taking video and putting it out there. It's good to have the access, but how much are you restricting other media lenses from picking up that media and putting it out on their platforms too? If both of us have freaking media credentials, but he has all access, and fighters say, "Hey, the word is out." I've had this happen, bro. I've had this happen firsthand. Tank has been guilty of this. He'd get Ellie all the access in the world, but a brother like me walk up to him, and he's like, "Nah." I say, "But you giving Ellie access though." And then people say, "Man, Ellie been around for a long time." But I'm human, bro. I'm human. Real talk, I'm human. So then you look at the situation with Errol Spence, and he just want to get Ellie the access. That's a PBC thing, bro. Real talk. Ask anybody who's covered fights over there at PBC. That's a PBC thing. That's a PBC thing, bro. Seriously. They would give ES News the exclusive anywhere, anyhow. It's up to you to be a little bit more aggressive and say, hey, hold up, man. I'm media too. I'm so and so. I just want to take 5 minutes of your time. 5 minutes of your time, man. Just give me 5 minutes. And then within those 5 minutes, it's up to you to make it 10 minutes. I'm just telling you, bro. But that's how it works, bro. Firsthand, I seen that shit happen. I seen the play, how they was pushing. Hey, you can't be back there. But they do the same thing I do. Why can't I be back there? I don't get that over at Top Rank, though. Seriously. The Outlaw Pugilist, what's good? Salute WCS. Errol Spence playing games again. His inactivity is annoying. I tell people, Outlaw, it was no problem with Bud being out the ring since last November. And people saying they trying to him out. Just think about how they say that Bud Crawford, right? Bud Crawford walked away from negotiation. He's ducked and all that. But they never take in consideration that they trying to goddamn have that man get older and older and older and want to catch him being out the ring over a year. Bud Crawford would have fought Sean Porter and been out the ring over a year if he would have took that fight next year. Bud Crawford himself is not only a savvy businessman, but he's a smart individual in life because he didn't want to be out the ring for a whole entire 2022. He wanted to be in fight camp and jump in the ring and get some rounds in. But now it's changed. Errol Spence jumped out the ring in April with Ugas. It was okay for him to potentially take a fight because he would have potentially stepped in the ring before a year. You know what I'm saying? Before a year had expired. With Terrence Crawford, he definitely would have been way over a year. We talking about maybe 14, 15 months. It was okay. It was cool. They don't want to mention that. How all of a sudden, now it's Errol Spence that may be out the ring for over a year. But yet, hey, pump the brakes. No fear, okay? Errol Spence don't like tune-ups, take tune-ups. So we don't have to worry about him having ring rust. He don't take tune-ups. So we shouldn't hear the excuse of Errol Spence taking tune-ups. He don't take tune-ups. Even though Danny Garcia was a tune-up. Yeah, Danny Garcia was a tune-up because that's his boy. We all know that. But I'm just throwing that out there as far as isn't a problem with Terrence Bud Crawford being out the ring for a year and saying that, oh, man, he didn't have to walk away from negotiation. He could have fought next year. He didn't want to stay out the ring until next year. So he went on BOK Prime, got the bag, got the knockout. Now it's on you, Spence. Oh, you know, I was going to goddamn announce I had a fight 3 to 4 days after the accident, but stuff started hurting. Yeah, really. I had a hemorrhoid that hurt. I had a freaking hangnail on my left foot that started bothering me a lot. You know what I'm saying? My elbow, my earlobe started hurting. You know what I'm saying? It was a bump that I had under my chin from shaving. That shit started hurting. It was just getting, it was becoming unbearable. Tom Beard say, I know that BOK Prime are connected to some people that have a net worth of $17 billion. Yes, sir. I know that for sure. They have bread. Yeah. Them hedge funds. Did anybody ever put on who Al Heyman has the answer to? Anybody ever put that in the chat? It's an educational purpose. Al Heyman has the answer to somebody. Who is it? Name me 2 different entities Al Heyman has the answer to. Because people are basically losing focus and insight on where this is it with, you know, Al Heyman and how he moves, man. Who you have to answer to? Who does Al Heyman have to answer to? Hedge funds have many as 500 investors. See, now we talking. So okay, let me tighten this up a little bit. Since Rob put this shit out here, hedge funds have many 500 investors. Okay. Al Heyman has the answer to his hedge fund providers. He has the answer to them. Also, I put it out there before on the money that he gets from Showtime, right? Annually, the budget. He has to answer to them. Al Heyman has to answer to them. He ain't just up here, the grand poobah of grand poobah, and he reaching in his own pocket. The whole purpose is for him not to reach in his pocket, to use their money because they're tied in together and make money. That's how the rich people do. They make money on other people's money. And they keep making money and making money. And then they get to a point of not seniority, but they get to a high point of financial stability till the people believe, oh, so-and-so has success over here, so let me go to them. The more money you make, the more valuable you look to other people. People love giving rich people things. They love giving them things. Hey, I just want to bear this gift. I appreciate everything you've been doing for us. We love you. We appreciate it. Rich people get free shit all the time, bro, because they want to be a part of it. Al Heyman has to make sure he stays in the good graces and does what he's supposed to do with these individuals that's investing, these hedge fund guys. He has to answer to them. No doubt about it. He has to answer. He has to continue to make money. He has to pay them people back. It wasn't in the budget per se. He wasn't making money off freaking Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. The OG put it out there that the fight wasn't lucrative enough way back when. And he was right. He was absolutely right. He told me this fight wasn't happening before Errol Spence stepped in with Dennis Ugas, bro. He said the fight wasn't lucrative enough. And it ended up being the absolute fact, man. They didn't have the money. And then it came about into a money negotiation about freaking percentages. Terrence Crawford ended up having to, agree to the 30%, right? And that wasn't enough. They didn't want the fight, period. And you can't say I'm capping because Timothy Smith came out earlier this year and said it himself. So what is this debate with all the thumbnails continue to come out here and say the same shit? Errol Spence exposed Terrence Crawford. He didn't expose shit except how many of y'all are actually true, legitimate. I'm talking about legitimate dummies. Not newborn dummies. I'm talking about old, antiquated, seasoned dummies, veteran dummies. Y'all choose to run with this motherfucking narrative after Timothy Smith pretty much said everything that added up to negotiations falling out. You can say you was blindsided all you want. I think you was more so blindsided that Terrence Crawford was smarter than what you thought. What's going on, Duran? Spence clearly lied about announcing a fight prior to the accident. Did he look hurt during the interview? MF be falling for everything. Weird how he gets an accident the night of Bud's fight. See, right here and now, like I always say, you got some smart human beings out here. How in the hell are you releasing t-shirts where you motherfucking print them out behind the wheel? Did you have a print machine in your lap? Huh? Like Bernie say, huh? Let me know something now. Let me know something now. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right. Did he have a printing machine in his lap? Come on, man. You was making shirts while you was driving? Get a chauffeur. Man, get a chauffeur, man. This dude up here talking about, well, Brian Custer up here saying, man, goddamn, if I ain't want to lose my job, I call bullshit on you right now. But Brian Custer, he in deep with Spence them. They let him spar Spence. He got a chance to spar with Spence. He's in good. Derrick James, in order for him to let a black man close to his fighter like that, he got to be Brian Custer. It got to be Brian Custer. It couldn't be Scotty. It couldn't be, dog. It couldn't be, because the first time I ever ran into goddamn Derrick James, I never knew the guy in my life. I just happened to see him randomly walking through the damn auditorium in Texas. And I had a credential. I don't want no interview. I said, nigga, I ain't asked you for shit. I didn't ask him for shit, y'all. I was just literally extending my hand. Hey, how you doing, Derrick? Never seen the dude in my life. But yet, of course, we know Blue lied on me talking about I went up the top-ranked card now to cover Teofimo Lopez. But yet I look the small channel. I was up there trying to get an interview with Errol Spence. How? He signed with PVC, dog. I'm coming up from Atlanta. Me and my son drove all the way up there to cover Teofimo Lopez in the top ranked card. And he says I went up there and an interview fell out. You're a liar, dog. You're a motherfucking liar. I didn't know Spence them like that. Correa was in good with them at that point. When they lose money, each investor can offset taxes on previous gains. Man, I'm not getting into them numbers. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I had asked Combat because he's saying the MMA guy reported 5K. I don't know. I don't nobody who knows MMA better than Combat. I tried to find the guy, couldn't find shit. For real, like, just look at this. Now an MMA guy is becoming a credible source to step on Bud's rate. An MMA guy now. Now I'm not saying it's MMA guys that don't report on freaking boxing, because boxing is under the umbrella of combat sports, right? We understand that, but it's just him bringing up an MMA guy. It seems very, very basic Salvation Army type reporting. You know what I'm saying? It seems extremely novice to say a guy, and you got the information, but yet you didn't have a name attached to it. So if you didn't have a name attached to it, there's no need for you to bring it out to the public if you didn't have a name attached to it, bro. It makes no sense at all. MMA guy, 5K. If it's that easy to foul niggas to come over here and ask WCS about information concerning to something without sourcing them. I'm talking about sourcing them up and down like, hey, where'd you get that shit from? MMA guy? Come on, buddy. Y'all not doing it. So I'm like, hey, get the fuck out my chat. The thing is, when people give out pay-per-view numbers, go back and check their source. Hey, I share a screen, man. That's all I could do. I can make a website and write about everyone's pay-per-view numbers and say sources or report it. Well, it won't be as yeah, it'll be information. It won't be as easy as you think, because you have to make it believable. Like I said before, Michael Johnson, if you look at the 120K, why not bring out 340K? You know what I'm saying? Why not bloviate it so people it catch their eye and say, oh man, wow, Crawford did 300 or something? Why 120K? So 120K seems a lot more believable than the bullshit that came out with 50K. There's no way in hell that you can look at the K and say Crawford is that much of a pound for pound boxer in the world that nobody likes. There's no way that he can be such an unscrupulous person in life that no one supports. It's no way in hell, bro. It's no way possible. Shout out to Stonebone Boxing in the building, man. What's good with this, Bone? How you feeling, brother? Shout out to Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Blood Boxing in the building. Salute to you, Blood. How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you pulling up. He said 120,000 knob in the HD stream era. It's not bad at all, man. It's not bad at all, because they look at, the Wilder situation with Hellenius, and they put Hellenius like in the same situation as David Avanesian. You know what I'm saying? They put Hellenius in the same boat as Avanesian, really. But with Wilder, they basically fall on a larger network. So if 77K is lower than 120K, then it goes without saying, Blood talking about that That's pretty damn good for all the pirating, all the crack streaming. 120K. That's pretty damn good. And then they're gonna say, well, it was only $39.99. Well, goddamn it, when the next pay-per-view come out for your favorite fighter, show that you purchased it. Show that you purchased it. That's what you gotta do. Show that you purchased it. Because I don't know how Deontay Wilder's gonna be 77K. Y'all must not supported it. Y'all must not supported the fight, man. Terrence Crawford gloves were inspected by a blind inspector that had no use of his hands, as reported from unknown source. Hey man, commissions don't get down like that. People look, in one breath they give commission all the credit in the world of knowing what they supposed to be doing, and then on the other hand they try to act like commissions don't know shit. First of all, commissions had to approve the gloves. On that level, the commissions had to approve the glove, right? And with the approval of the commission, the fight was able to go on without a problem until the 5th round. When that 5th round happened and there was a rip or tear in the glove, and the commission chose not to have him change out the gloves and have him go out and fight, and they was going to do something about it after the 6th, well, he ended up stopping him in the 6th. Now, if David Avanesian wants to petition and put in some, okay, cool. I'm not sweating that. You know why? Because I try to explain to people, you have to do comparisons. You have to line these motherfuckers up, juxtapose the motherfucking thought, right? I always bring up the recent one with Gabriel Maestre and Michael Fox. I always have to bring that up because he was actually trying to cheat. Not the case with Terrence Crawford. Maestre was trying to cheat. They wrapped his glove up and basically massaged the padding back off the knuckles and wrapped his hands. But yet it was discovered by the referee. It was discovered. It was discovered just like the damn thumb. The hole in the glove with Tyson Fury's thumb loop. That was discovered. The rip in the glove. Now this was actually discovered, y'all. They allowed him to change and fix the gloves and come back. He lost the fucking fight. They robbed Michael Fox. Michael Fox petitioned. After everything that went on with the gloves and the decision, they still denied Michael Fox's petition to have the bout overturned to a no contest. So now coming full pledge, full circle rather. Now we're looking at a whole nother situation for Crawford. They want to basically scrutinize his glove situation and say it was this, that, and the other. But let's factor in again. The commission takes a blunt force of all of this. They are the approving authority. They are the overseer. So if they had eyes on these gloves and they approved that to go for Crawford to go back out there, and he ended up stopping the guy, what more you want? Because last put out a statement and pretty much said they're responsible and they had defective material with their gloves and they take full responsibility. What else do the people want? Everlast put that out there, right? They had some defective material. It's not impossible to have defective material with everything that's going on with the economy and stuff and the materials coming out. Some products made cheaper than usual to cut costs and all that. I mean, that's not anything that's damn near impossible. But since it's Bud Crawford, they want to try to insinuate that he was cheating. When have you ever heard Terrence Crawford having to resort to cheating on a fighter? Look, a fighter that they call a bum. A fighter that they call Abercrombie, avocado, Ambionesian, on all this shit. All these grown ass men acting like kids coming up with damn alias for David Avanesian. And all of a sudden, Terrence Crawford, you trying to tell me he got to cheat to beat the dude that you consider him to be a bum? A dude that was already stopped by Izzy Velasquez? Who Crawford stopped already? He has to cheat to beat him? Man, get the fuck out of here. You're not making any sense. You're not making any sense, bro. Y'all thought it was 15,000. The YouTube pages pull numbers out their ass. I think it's coming from a deeper place. That retro. I think it's coming from a deeper place, dog. Seriously, man. I think it's coming from a deeper place, man. I think these dudes are going out here, goddamn breaching septic tanks, their blood. They going to the goddamn gutter of the gutter to get their damn information. They holding that bitch up. It's dripping shit everywhere. They clean it up real nice. Let me see what this says right here. Let me see what this says. Let me shine the light on this motherfucker. Yeah, that's what I want right there. That's what I want. Some more bullshit. That's what I want. Oh, it smells good. Oh, shit. That's what they doing. They going to the hell holes to get their damn information. Bud had him under pressure. Yeah, man. Bud goddamn had him on that pressure like they rolled up on the block on the wire. Shit. Bud was Marlo up in that motherfucker. Oh, shit. Yeah, shout out to Blood, man. I never even got around to that shit. I'll let it go, man. I ain't gonna handle it. But you said some real shit on that when you was talking to Reggie about that shit. But I'm gonna let that go. Until next time, though. Until next time. You know, until next time. He didn't want no other black media there. It was all about him that night. For sure. For sure, man. I ain't just saying that shit. You know what I'm saying? Coach Malachi rolled up there and got his credentials from, Antonio Tarver, man, helped him out. What was blue? Why you didn't help this man with his credentials, bro? Brother? Good brother? Why didn't you help him out with his credentials, good brother? Coach Malachi, a good dude, bro. Why you didn't help that man out with his credentials? I got to call it the way I see it. I didn't see too much black media up there, bro. I didn't see it, man. Like, I know what was coming from NYC. Me and Shaw News, man, you look at our IGs, man, it was media coming from everywhere, dog. It was media coming from everywhere. It was just like, just media coming from everywhere. Snap, snap, snap. I didn't see shit coming from Omaha, bro. That's bad. I would have loved to be on deck to cover that fight. But hey, what do I know? Okay, man, I'm new to this shit. So I be thinking everyone ain't really that damn bogus and bold. But a lot of these old cats that run their channels are full of shit. I don't come from that. OG Block that I know don't lie. That don't make up stories, but get on YouTube shit and you'll find a dozen of them that's saying anything to get a YouTube check. Yes, sir. Shout out to my guy Dion Washington in the building, man. What's good, Dion? These fighters are buying into YouTube narratives and YouTube shit to help justify their intentions. I don't like that shit at all. Well, we know that to be a fact. We know that to be a fact. Absolutely, bro. We know that to be a fact. This continues to happen. The minds of these listeners are being conditioned to the fact that they will listen to the same motherfucker that's talking the same shit and run on somebody else's live chat as myself and reference these channels. Well, sit here reporting 120,000. I ain't heard Blue say it. Well, that's your own dumbass fault. Because that means what you're telling me I'm doing wrong. They're basically trying to say I'm referencing PR.com, but yet you're referencing somebody on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And that same person, they don't give you any type of source references. They just say, he's been on record as saying, well, I am the source. So take your punk ass back over there to a person to say, I am the source. And don't question me if I'm sharing screen and I'm giving you my source. Don't come over here and question me. He said he is the source. So just because he ain't reported on it yet, it don't supposed to be official? See, they're going to hate reporting on shit after I report because now it doesn't seem they put it out first. I'm pretty sure I didn't put this shit out first. But that's absolutely facts right there, man. That Dion just said. Blunt, you can't listen to 10 channels talking about the same shit will confuse you. Not actually, not hey, Kate. I understand where you're going with. Not really though. You can listen to them just because I suggest you do it at replay, right? You can listen to bits and pieces. Why do I say that? Because you can find out the agitprop that's being put out there. You can find out the channels who's talking the same narrative, pushing the same narratives. You can find it out. You need to listen to them so you can know what not to soak in as factual information. You need to have certain catalogs when you take this information, what's real and what isn't. You need to know the difference, bro. How are you to separate what's real if you don't know what's fake? You have to listen to the fake niggas talk that bullshit to know when you hear the right shit. And the only way you're going to hear this that's considered to be genuine, authentic, is that it's information that you can source in other places. Like some of this information people don't want to talk about on YouTube. I always told people, I've been on record as saying what? If you find something on YouTube, just source it up. A source can be a website. A source can be this, that, and the other. Then you have to find out how valid that site is. That's all. But just to come over here and say, hey, so-and-so on YouTube ain't reported on it, that's your dumbass fault. Because that means that's all you do is wait for notifications to pop up with one freaking channel. That's why I never wanted to get into talking about this fight until the first punch landed and stayed on cold about it. You're right. You did stay on cold, but as content creators there, Dion, they about it because if they can continue to talk about something that's not happening and people gravitate to it just because it's storylines, you know what I'm saying? It's continue to be storylines daily. They're getting views. They're getting revenue off that. So they can feel the same way you do, Dion. They can feel that the fight isn't going to happen. But if they come in here and talk about different topics, they start talking about shit, defaming Crawford's name, talking shit, running a smear campaign on Crawford, and they're getting views from it. They don't have no integrity to stop it. They say, oh, this bringing me money in. I don't give a fuck about him. I ain't gonna never meet him. He don't want to do an interview with him. I'm gonna continue to goddamn, get some change. Get a couple of rollers off him. That's their whole mentality. Keep talking about what's very active in the algorithm, which is Bud Crawford, and continue to talk about it. You know? Hyphy on deck, what's good? Those not in favor of Crawford claim Rick Glazer put out false numbers because he is biased for Crawford. But Glazer isn't the source here. Man, hey, shout out to Rick Glazer, man. Good dude. Well versed on the inside. I don't care what nobody say. And he's definitely gonna be talking about the numbers. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely gonna talk about the numbers. Why wouldn't these numbers be somewhere around the range of being true? Why? It's not like they came out with some incredible number, 480,000. No, they said about 120K for $39.99. I mean, come on, man. People was curious about this fight with Crawford. In his hometown, people was curious about this shit. He walked away from negotiations. The momentum that he had over there in negotiations carried forward to his fight with David Avanesian. Crawford's a superstar, man. Fuck what these niggas talk about over here, just saying the same thing over and over again. He don't sell. He doesn't put butts in the seats. But guess what? Errol Spence, he's not even freaking doing nothing anymore. If you look at his weight right now, dude's no close to being the 147. You see how big his head was, man? Come on, bro. That dude ain't nowhere in shape, bro. He's about to enjoy his holiday. He about to eat happy. And he about to be about 195, 200 by the time 2023 comes on deck. He ain't want to be in no training camp, dog. He didn't want to be in no training camp over the holidays. Hell no. No. Yo, listen to Fat Couch Potato after all the work they put in. 95% of the channels bashing Bud are trash ass boxing pages. I agree with that. Check the box on it. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that, blood. You know what I'm saying? And you forgot that B word. A lot of these are black boxing pages, black boxing channels. These are blacks doing this to another black man. And they want to talk about unity. So when February rolls around, I don't want none of y'all even thinking about putting up a Black History picture tomorrow. You know, let's talk about the history of my aunt. No, fuck that. Fuck that. As much as y'all talk about cooning all the time and all this other shit, man, what you been talking about and how you been the Buzz name all over a fight that didn't happen, that you had no freaking play in. Y'all talking about this the biggest fight in fucking boxing, right? But yet all y'all been doing is tearing it down. So how can the information that you putting out to the public and all the people that's tuned in to you, how can you put the information out there and entice people to want to see this fight, and you're talking so much shit about the pound for pound best? It doesn't add up, bro. It's the biggest fight in boxing. Hear y'all talk about it, but all y'all worrying about is Bud taking pennies. Y'all want this man to take pennies, to know his position, shut up, take less money, know when to be the challenger, humble yourself. So pretty much it sounds like some ass shit to me. It real talk. It seems like some slave ass shit to me, bro. This is the biggest fight in boxing, but all you do is hear all these multiple channels waking up in the morning in their cars. Oh, let me warm this motherfucker up. Ooh, let me warm this. I got a hot one, y'all. I got a hot one. Yeah. Errol Spence proves once again Bud ain't shit. What? Did you sleep on that topic? Errol Spence exposes Terrence Crawford ducked the fight. He was blindsided. He wasn't blindsided by anything that he wasn't even a part of. Bud said he didn't even see Errol Spence. So why are we still talking about the same bullshit, bro? It's pointless that you're not willing to wake up. It's pointless that you're unwilling to become conscious that boxing is a business. Timothy Smith put the shit out here way at the beginning of the year, and these niggas still making videos blaming Bud Crawford for everything. Timothy Smith works with Al Heyman. And y'all just ignore the fact of what he didn't want to insult Bud Crawford. They didn't have the money. They didn't have what it, they couldn't appease him, bro. Most of them so-called Spence channels can't even get a picture with Spence and let alone an interview. True? Yes, sir. Where are the pictures, though? Like, where are the pictures? I see Spence taking a picture with Frank Martin, DJ, of course, the team. But where are all the pictures at? I seen Coach taking a picture freaking with Bud at the after party and shit. Not one picture, two pictures. But I ain't see shit coming from over there. Like, do Errol really fuck with y'all? Like, I'm not seeing him fucking with y'all like that. So it's a strange relationship that's going on, dysfunctional relationship that's going on with Errol Spence and these so-called pro Spence channels. They're in a dilemma for quite some time. You know how you heard that saying, they're in a pickle? These motherfuckers are in a pickle. Because Spence ain't fucking with him, and Bud really don't give a fuck about him. So what do? They make the selection to talk more about Bud Crawford because he's the more popular fighter. See, they ruined this shit with Spence. Because, like I put out there, Spence didn't look as good in the Ugas fight than they thought he would. He didn't look as good. They know he got hurt. He looked a little sloppy. He ended up getting the job done, but it wasn't man down. So they saying to themselves, hey, man, I ain't going to put this out there to the public, but I think Spence don't really have that shit no more, man. I don't think he can't fuck with Bud like that. Real talk. You see how he look? I ain't going to put that shit out there, man, but this just between us and the private chat, man. I don't want none of this shit getting out, but Man, let's just start bashing the fuck out of Bud Crawford. All right? And that's gonna boost up the algorithm. That's gonna make us some money. Let's go for the bag. That's what it's all about. Go for the fucking bag, okay? We're gonna go for the bag, man. Don't worry about what nobody else say, man. Today, we selling out. That. Spence don't want to fuck with us. Ain't gonna talk shit. We ain't gonna talk shit about him. We're gonna talk strictly about Bud. We're gonna Bud bash from here on out. That's the commitment they went on. Sell themselves short and start talking shit, mad shit about Bud Crawford because his name is the hottest topic on YTC. Can't wait for the next Glaze interview. I can't wait either, man. I'm pretty sure Coach gonna have it. You know, I need to call up Rick Glazer anyway. I do. I need to call him up. Bud been on my channel's facts. Yeah, man, on one of the only channels, you know, the so-called smallest. He did. He made an appearance on there, man. Shout out to Bernie the Boxer. So Cold even made an appearance, which is very rare. Shout out to So Cold. You know what I'm saying? Blue said he could have interviewed Bud, but he chose to. Stop the cap, dog. Oh, man. Stop the cap, man. After all this shit that you trying to work off the back of Bud Crawford saying that you put the fight together and you was this, that, and the other, and you're going to choose not to get an interview with him? No, it ain't that easy with Bud Crawford. I've been there. I had to ask Bud several times before I got my first interview. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't just giving out interviews now. But just think about it now. Look, think about this. Remember when he went IG live? How many people was tuned in his IG? That's fans right there, bro. Like his IG live was popping. And look, and what do? The YouTube channel stripped the shit out that motherfucker. Like pulled pork. They was slicing that motherfucker like freshly, you know, thin slicely spam, goddammit. Like you on a budget type shit. Like you open up a damn a can of ramen noodles, man, and you break that shit up and you don't even use the whole motherfucking cup on a budget. Like they was stripping that damn IG video and that shit was doing numbers and everybody was just posting it. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Him being on the TBV, the good fight with Kate Abdul, they stripped that shit, that video. Man, he was everywhere. No Spence, though. No Spence, y'all. Spence out here got a printing press in his lap trying to make T-shirts while he driving, you know, in the dark and shit. And all of a sudden, a 14-year-old kid, supposedly, this phantom 14-year-old kid, drops out of the motherfucking sky. 14-year-old kid comes out of nowhere. There he goes. Yeah. Gas. Man, come on, dog. Come on. Where's this kid at, bro? You faked it. If they weren't fucking with you now, they definitely not fucking with you. I mean, if they weren't fucking with you then, they ain't fucking with you now. Because now you're faking car accidents and you want to make it seem like injuries that you sustained in the car accident has now prolonged the fight that we didn't even know that was happening. Like we can't find one person. Like I'm going into the cracks and crevices. Hey, did you hear Spence had a fight coming up? Do you know who he was fighting? Just whispered in my ear. Just whispered. Nothing? But he said he was announcing a fight 3 days after the accident. So that's cap. Okay, cool. Nobody knew about this accident. Look, nobody knew about this accident until Errol Spence put it on IG, standing up on his own and all that. And then after the IG live shut down, oh my God, stuff started to hurt, and all of a sudden he's gonna tell Brian Cuss, who was calling him it, but he'd rather keep his job. Hey, yeah, you know, stuff started to hurt, you know, and you know, we had to postpone. Man, get out of here. That's cap, bro. You lying. You lying. Real talk. He lying, bro. He lying, bro. Straight up. D-Lo, what's good? What's good? The record is 4.6 million. Boxing will never see those numbers again. Raymond is too good. 120K is decent in this era. I agree, man. I agree. That's more than decent with all these people with fire sticks. You know what I'm saying? That's the only comedic thing that Errol Spence said. He said that, I don't know how Jaron Bud Crawford say I have fire stick. He ain't been in my house. No, he ain't coming to your house either, goddammit. Terrence Crawford ain't trying to end up on no video. He ain't trying. Here go this right here doing how you know. You get this glass of water right here, Terrence. Can you drink? It's okay. Don't mind the powdery substance on top. That's okay. Just drink that right quick, man. That's what I take for training. It's good. Terrence ain't coming up in there sipping out of your glass, nigga. Shit. You ain't gonna get no video of the black male Crawford walking up in your shit like that. Y'all can extort that, man. Now I got that video, man. Terrence, man, I'm telling you, we agreed. 2020. Come on, man. 80-20, man. I'm gonna put the video out, man. My girl gonna put the video out, man. Come on, man. We got you, man. You know, I offer you the strawberries. They got you, didn't they? They got you. They got me too, nigga. They got me too. They got me too, nigga. For real. The strawberries and that water, they got you. So 20%, we good. 80% my way, 20% your way. I'm put the video out. Crawford ain't gonna go up in your house, man. He based off the conversation that you said you had a fire stick. That's all. And you up there still in fights. Your people still in fights, man. I want to see what Blue has to say. Blue say today, these dudes are just lost. I kill. That's what he's saying, bro. I don't base any of my lives off what them niggas say. If I have something to rebut what they're talking about, okay, cool. But I don't sit up here and come up with talk about off these other channels. Now, if the BOK Prime shit has any type of relation that doubles back to him, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like if something I'm talking about topic wise, and I feel that it blends in with him, since he was up here assuming and telling people he was a silent partner of this, and then coming an unofficial scorecard, you know, and all this other shit. I mean, stuff ain't adding up. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Coach Malachi in the building. New media today, USA Boxing on deck, man. What's good with it, Coach? Peace to everyone in the chat. Salute to my brother at WC. To you, Coach. Doing big things, man. Hopefully all is well over there in Florida, bro. Hey, the 15K was was never a solid number. Even 120K is probably more than 120K, to be honest. But 120K, they have to level it out. They can't say 122.6, you know, and all, they can't do that. So 120K is what's being reported, which is much better of expectations than 15K. 15K seemed a bit shady, so to speak. It seems like it wasn't all the numbers. It wasn't completed. It doesn't seem logical at the end of the day that Terrence Crawford, being the pound-for-pound superstar he is, that globally only 50K, it didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense, bro. I just did a video and they don't get any content. Hey, man, if you don't get content, then you have to create content. We are content creators. But the integrity of that content, that's what's being, sabotaged right now. That's what's being sacrificed, the integrity of the content. Because in the boxing community, now we have channels that's been around here for the longest of time, right? These channels are now resulting to like TMZ type reporting because they feel that's the only way they can grow. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I never seen TBV take that route. There's certain channels on here that's growing. I don't see TBV taking that route. I don't see Ike TV taking that route. But channels like Boxing Ego, Fanon, Blue, you know what I'm saying? All these dudes like Drew, they choose to be taking this route. You know what I'm saying? Reporting on bogus ass information. Okay. If people are saying it's not doing anything, it's gonna take for you to come up here and prove that it didn't do 120K. If not, shut your damn mouth, man. Come over here with some information. You know, come over here with some information, bro. If you start dropping that shit in my chat, bro, I'm just giving you warning. I don't mind you talking about boxing, but at least provide the listeners and those who are in the chat tuned in, provide information that it didn't do 120K. And don't just source another YouTube channel because that's your homeboy. Mikey Garcia has to do with anything. Aren't they both Mexican? Bro, what are you talking about? What does PBC have to do with Mikey Garcia? Did I say Ellie just interviewed black fighters? Man, I'm moving on. You have no idea what the fuck you talking about. I'm gonna wait a few more days to cook on this. See what else comes out. No doubt. No doubt. I feel you on that. Now Bud does Danny Garcia was a well-renowned Danny Garcia was a world-renowned. Danny absolutely fought for a vacant title upon entry of the welterweight division, dog. He had 2 catchweight fights moving up from 140 to 147. And this dude is up here talking about he's a well-renowned welterweight. Okay, I got it. I got it, dog. Danny was not his boy. Sharp Porter and Bud was boys. Stop. Danny was absolutely Errol Spence's boy. And it proved my point. It proved my point when Gervonta Davis fought Rolly Romero and they were sitting right next to each other. Whoa, that's by coincidence that they were sitting right next to each other when Ryan Garcia made that dumbass bet. Do you know what Danny's from? Do you know where Errol's from? Errol's not from DeSoto, Texas. Come on, man. Find a video where Danny Garcia is dogging out Errol Spence. Find the video where they ask Danny Garcia who did he think he's going to win, Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Who did he pick? Who did he pick? Do your homework. Correct. So G, since you heard him say Bud is not, anything can change, man. He doesn't have permission to talk that damn Crawford fight. He don't have permission anymore. He don't have permission. So let it play out the way it play out. He don't have permission, bro. He up here talking about gonna announce a fight. Was he supposed to fight Keith Thurman next or not? Who was he going to fight next, man? That's my whole point. Who was Errol Spence going to fight next? Did this dude say Danny was a tune-up? Who is this dude? Mention the name. You talking about this? And you talking about him? Hit the replay. If it was me, yeah, I am him. Yeah, Danny was a tune-up for Errol Spence. Absolutely. Absolutely he was. I don't know what you're talking about. Crawford's my guy. That's fact. What does Crawford have to do? Y'all too blinded in keeping the conversation on Crawford. Y'all too blinded. I'm talking about Danny Garcia being a tune-up for Errol Spence. And y'all busy talking about Crawford. What does Crawford have to do with the equation? What does he have to do with it? When Errol Spence came back to the ring after the accident, he's fighting Danny Garcia. How did that all take place? How did they massage Danny Garcia into the position to face Errol Spence? Who was Danny Garcia signed to? Who was Danny Garcia signed to, first of all? So basically, they took a fighter that was in-house to step in there with Errol Spence. A fighter received the orders, and Danny Garcia went in there and got beat up. Wasn't the same Danny Garcia who fought Jose Benavidez at 154. Come on, man. He wasn't the same dude. He went in there and moved around. Boxers know how to move around in the ring. They know how to go in there and take some punishment without taking punishment. Come on, man. Danny's light-skinned. You think if he get hit in the face enough, he ain't going to swell up? Of course he is. They have to sell it to the crowd. And this is another thing about casuals. You onliners that never go to a fight, you'll never see a fight play out in front of you that's fixed, that's predetermined. You'll never see it. You just sit up here looking at the screen and saying, oh, so-and-so got knocked out. Wow. But you don't actually get to see the shit play out. Danny was absolutely a tune-up. Who was up here talking about Danny going in there potentially taking the belts from Spence? Name me somebody who was going for Danny Garcia and say, you know what, Danny, man, that's the best training camp. He's going to be the one to dethrone Errol Spence now. Danny has never stepped in the ring with Errol Spence, been in there with Keith Thurman. He's been in there with some big names at welterweight. You know what I'm saying? He won the vacant title with Robert Guerrero, defended the title, then lost to Keith Thurman. Lost fighting for the vacant again with Sean Porter. Oh, you want me to high praise Danny for knocking out Brandon Rios? Oh, you want me to praise freaking the man himself, Danny Garcia, for knocking out Adrian Granados? That's what you want me to praise him about? And then I tell you that he was absolutely a tune-up for Errol Spence. You can't believe it. Yeah, you can. He's a company guy. That's why Danny Garcia gets all the freaking perks. Danny Garcia is a company guy. The company wanted Danny Garcia with a name to go in there and face Errol Spence upon his return. But he wasn't going in there to win. And he didn't win. He got beat up. He went and put the ice on it with the paycheck. And that's it. That's history. The brother Coach Mal done spoke on that and had receipts. Yes, sir. No doubt. Yeah. I had to tell a dude that nobody knew where Heyman money came from until he got sued. Yep. And you know, the OG was trying to tell him back in the day how TGB is all set up and everything. And people act like they knew, and talking about Bob Arum. Bob Arum didn't never say no shit like that because he, you know, you go back in the day, Bob Arum didn't even think Al Heyman was a real dude. He said Sam Watson was Al Heyman for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? He didn't think real. And then they had to take him to court because he felt that Heyman was running everything. He was the promoter, he was the manager, advisor, all that shit. And per the Ali Act, no. You're not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Funny thing about T-shirts that he's still on the phone calling Al. No, man, he had on a goddamn record to pick his motherfucking vehicle up, bro. He's calling goddamn State Farm, roadside assistance. That's what he was doing. The real clout chasers are the dude on the other side of the street, man. He would have gave Ellie an interview. Yeah, man. I don't know what that dude was talking about. Ellie's interview, Mikey Garcia. He's in the Garcia camp. Robert Garcia, all them. Ellie is always there. What the fuck are you talking about? Some of you dude, man, y'all temporary boxers. What are you talking about? He's always in the Garcia's camp. So all today, boxing focus is going to be on debunking rumored pay-per-view numbers as opposed to breaking down up and coming most recent fights. Hyphy, it ain't no way. Look, there's no reason to really break down anything right now. All right? Peep this out. I get where you coming from, brother, right? Listen, who's going to break down Gervonta Davis, Hector Garcia? Are they truly interested? Really, the dude is moving up from 130 to 5. Are they truly interested in breaking down that fight? When it comes to Tank, dynamic is crazy. Like, do you really want to put yourself in that position to break down that fight with Tank, knowing that the only thing that people want to see is when he's going to knock out Hector Garcia, if he's going to knock him out? Tank is that dude, man. Tank is that dude. Just because he defeated Roger Gutierrez, nobody's really giving Garcia this huge advantage to go in there and pull off what Isaac Cruz was able to do. They just want to try to see what round he's gonna knock this dude out. And they definitely gonna be speaking about me because, like I said, they wanna talk about the little channels all the time. But appreciate the 50 plus that's in the building today. Y'all continue to keep it. Thanks for the likes. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you getting the likes up. 120, I like that. I supported champ. The spin is going to be fast and furious today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's going to be fast and furious, man. It's going to be the haters. WCS. But remember, they can put out fake information all day, every day. They can have 99 fake live streams out here. Let WCS come out with some information. Man, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is bad for the YTC. What they're talking about. This is what's all bad for the YTC. I swear to God. I was wondering why Avanesian Corner didn't protest the decision to continue the fight without changing the gloves immediately. Look, Avanesian didn't know what was up. Came in there, the B side, first of all. He was happy to be able to step in the square with Crawford. Okay? He gets a bigger paycheck than he would have gotten if he was facing that other fighter. You know what I'm saying? So he benefited either way. Don't believe the hype with them protesting this shit. Don't believe the hype. Nobody's looking at him as having a chance of beating Crawford. This shit sounds good, but no one's giving him that chance of beating Crawford on that night. He knows that. He know he didn't have an opportunity to beat Crawford on that night, man. You got a paycheck. Your room was nice. You got the food vouchers that you supposed to get. Man, come on, man. You wore gloves, damn, busting up, man. Nah. Man, accept the gift that you was given. Close to the holidays, you're able to feed your family. Even better. You got a nice check. Fighting the pound for pound best, the Omaha legend, Terrence Bud Crawford, man. Ain't no way in hell that mess did 20. Where those numbers come from? They came from me. That's where they came from. They came from me. Hit the replay. They came from PR.com. And I wish all of you that's over here, like under these accounts, these fake ass accounts, I wish you just would have came in your real account. You know what I'm saying? And stop being a bitch and come over here with these damn fake ass ghost accounts. Stop being a Christmas hoe running around these streets with all them jingle bells hanging off your hips. You know what I'm saying? With a gun, trying to hide your real identity. Come over here at your real account. Stop playing around, okay? If the glove split against a big name fighter like Mayweather, they would have demanded the glove change. It was on his quarter to protect him. Yes, sir. But this is something I tell people, blood. When I was in San Antonio, when Gervonta Davis was fighting Leo Santa Cruz, when Leo had walked out to the ring, they showed Gervonta back there with a set of gloves on. He changed them motherfucking gloves out prior to him out. And he had on different gloves, and nobody was back there. Not one single team member from Leo Santa Cruz was back there when he changed those gloves. Floyd was back there. I'm telling you, different strokes for different folks, man, according to who you know. Look at that fight. That's all. Look at the gloves that he had on when they showed him, you know what I'm saying, when warming up and everything, he had different gloves. And then when he walked out to the ring to fight Leo Santa Cruz, he had on different gloves. Was the commission back there? Was a team? It's supposed to be one team member, right? It wasn't no team member from Leo Santa Cruz back there. But people are going to say, oh, no, that's not true. It is. It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. Look it up for yourself. I was at the fight. But you believe some sports columnists from India, right? Hey, man. Hey, dog. They felt that shit that was coming out, man. They legit, man. Because Blue didn't put it out. These brainwashed, conditioned cult members, they sitting up here want to listen to the same source every day, all day, bro. They want to hate on WCS, man, because I be calling these fools out that they don't want to sit up here and try to hate on me for no reason, man. Where you get your info from? Why you putting out clickbait? If he called Coach Mal and said he got something, he should have followed up. But Coach Mal is his own man. He a hustler. He would get it himself. God damn, shit heating up. Okay, so let's put it out there, shit. Since Blood want to talk about it. See, I was out being out of respect, but I haven't even seen the video. I didn't know Coach had put it out there. So since it's out there, cool. Yeah, real talk. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? If Coach was inbound, he's spending his money and making his reservation to go over there. He should have been a professional since he's a silent partner and he wanna run around with BOK Prime on his back. He should have definitely looked out for Coach. He should have definitely looked out for him. When he touched down in that bitch and he got on the phone and called him, you should have picked up because you know that was his number. Nope. He called you again, you should have picked up. Up here faking the funk like you a part of BLK Prime, that's bogus, man. That's just bogus integrity and character as a man in general. You have another man that's traveling and you're supposed to be attached to an organization and you don't even want to damn set him up for success. Man, you should have had that press credential ready. Hey, man, this for Coach Malachi. Good dude. Got his channel popping. You know, things over there to watch. Okay, cool. He's going to be coming in. Hey, Coach, I got you. Just come in through this door right here. I got you. Nothing. Coach had to infiltrate goddamn friendly lines, right? And go over there with his peoples. Luckily, he knew Antonio Tarver. He linked up Antonio Tarver, got the motherfucking credentials and shit, and went up there and said, what's up to Blue? And Blue up there still trying to fake the fun to my, hey, you good brother? I thought, yeah, hey, good brother. Hey, I said I was going to look out for you, good brother. No, you didn't look out for him. You got into the building. You wondering how he got a credential. This man is sending around VIP and legends. When you up there, well, let's see. I'm not an official score. I mean, come on, bro. Nobody want buying that shit, dog. You should have looked out for Coach, man. Why didn't you look out for Coach, Blue? You should have looked out for this guy. He did nothing to you. Matter of fact, I'm asking him on his show, like, I'm curious. Okay, if you still feel some type of way about Blue, you still feel he a good guy, cool. He will show you his hand, though. And sure enough, he did. Sure enough, he did. I wasn't on no hating that shit. I'm just going off the testament of what I experienced and what I feel about a person's ego, their character, all that shit. You should have looked out for him, man. Good look. He didn't deserve that shit. The man said he was coming out there and he kept his damn word. He should have had a credential waiting, man, so he can get to work. But no, you wouldn't even pick up the phone. You had that surprised look on your face like, God damn, how you get up in here, Coach? Oh, good to see you, good brother. Good to see you. No, Coach wasn't on that time no more. They introduced their subs to sports. They are not boxing fans. The only legit fight fan around that guy was Kurt. Rest in peace to him. He was one of the realest. Shout out to Kurt Sugar, man. I didn't know the brother like that. I knew him on somebody else's channel, but I didn't know him like that. But I know he used to love talking boxing, and I'm pretty sure it was times that Kurt he took his mind off what was going on in his personal life, talking about boxing. It was they don't say. That's where you find the truth. It's what they don't say. That's where you find the truth. Real talk. I'll listen to everyone, but I will leave damn near nobody. Hey, you have the choice and control who you are as a person mentally. The influence comes into what you choose to believe as truth. You know what I'm saying? What you choose to believe is truth. And within that truth, you got to find out why it's truth. You got to do your own research as to why it's truth. You just don't come in and say, okay, it's a lie, it's a lie. If someone comes here and say information that's fact, then 9 times out of 10, they didn't accept it as being fact initially. They had to basically find other areas to research and validate why this information is fact. And then enough to the point where they're comfortable with saying, you know what, this is fact, I got it. I did enough research, I got it, this is fact. I got it. Because remember, good bows before evil. Somebody will be quickly to tell you no before yes, because yes requires commitment. No separates them from liability until they get around the processing and thinking about it. Say, you know what? Let me call them back up. Okay. Hey, I know what I said earlier. I told you no, but I'm reconsidering. Okay. That's life. That's the way people think. They will tell you no first before yes, because it provides them with minimal to no liability. Yeah, Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Shout out to the OG. How you feeling, brother? You know, we got some OGs in the building. Blood been around this motherfucker for the longest of time. Black King Sports, what's good? Scott, you speaking in the gyms on them. Keep dropping it, brother. I support you 100. Appreciate you. Thank you. Real talk. Salute to you. Salute to everyone that's in the building, man, especially during the holidays and everything. You already know. Shout out to my guy though. Showtime shot. Shout out to my guy. It's people like blood. I gotta put it out there. Like the way Coach went up here and did what he did, you know, believing that somebody was looking at it like I'm my brother's keeper. Well, I can say for a fact, you know, when I went to NYC, how people want to look at numbers in the channel, but they don't know how people who they connected to. Shit, this dude done linked me up with shit that was sold out. Me out with a place that was sold out into the entire area. Without me even saying it, without me even telling them. So it's people that make shit move. You know what I'm saying? They say, hey man, this is gonna happen this time. Then while you're there, hey, come over here, man. This is where we at right here. His word is his strength, man. Real talk. He ain't never got there and steered me wrong on some false ass bullshit, dog. When he talk about it in his suites, that's his connect, not mine. That's his people, not mine. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference. People can say what they want about Showtime, but he kept his word every single time, man. He kept his motherfucking word. It ain't no shady shit. His people ain't shady. Just like, hey, man, we got you. Like even this last fight. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Showtime, man. Salute you, brother. Appreciate you. I really just wait on boxing writers and shit that I see on Twitter. None of these YT guys. Twitter holds more value than the YT. I don't know about that. Because some of the same people that's on YouTube is on Twitter. I don't see the trend in that, Big Blunts. I don't know about that, bro. The only thing you're looking at is you get a chance to speak to people. Like I know people look at the Stephen Espinosa situation. You know, you just have people that's willing to respond to threads and stuff like that. I get it. I get it in that portion of the translation. Because on YouTube, you don't have threads. You have live streams and people channels. Over on Twitter, it's more so an open dynamic. Like you have just threads that people communicate with over and over again, this, that, and the other. quite different. It's quite different than YouTube. I'll admit, but a lot of people that's over here is over there. Boxing websites are way more credible than YouTube. Boxing groups, boxing writers are a lot more credible. I agree with that, but some of the motherfucking websites is bullshit too hyphy for real. My fault, people. Oh, damn, bloody Kurt passed. Yeah, man, he passed quite some time ago, several months ago. He ready to eat the whole Christmas ham. They call the boxing writers the new media, but they do indeed know they boxing better and been watching boxing longer. All these guys are new jacks in my eyes. Now let me carry out what Blood just mentioned. We made a solid point, right? He said, media, they call the boxing writers the new media, but they do indeed know they boxing better. You know why these boxers know they boxing better? Is because they do. A lot of these boxing writers that you see putting out these reports on time, they're at the fights. They're there for fight week. You try to explain to these channels that's putting out all this fake information, they don't want to listen. They're not attending fights. They can't go out there and cover a fight and do interviews and shit and take pictures and cover the weigh-ins and stuff like that. They don't have they don't have the experience or the know-how to do this, but yet they have the know-how to come on YTC, criticize other people for views. You can't cover a motherfucking fight. So therefore, it takes a little bit more to go into these motherfuckers just to see how things run, just to see how the whole process plays out. These boxing writers, they get on the floor credentials, and they get to see and hear all the shit that's going on. Not only that, these writers get VIP exclusives of the fighters leaving the ring and get little interviews of them leaving the ring, man. But I made a choice. Do I want to be on the floor interviewing these fighters, sitting there in one spot, or do I want to be taking pictures? I just chose to be a photographer, cover the media event when I can with the presser. Like, I would love to be in that place down on the floor. But once again, it has its pluses and minuses, man. Like, it has its pluses and minuses being on the floor. You do get to see the fighters leave the ring. You get to see them walk right past you. I mean, you get to see all that shit. But I just think the photos, man, I just like the photos better than just interviewing the fighters. Look, check this out. The fighter leave and another media segue, get a hold of them. You have to wait till they finish. And sometimes when they finish, they may not want to talk to you. So that's an interview that's gone. But another perk that's being on the floor as a writer, as a boxing media writer, is that you get to run into certain people that's not on the card. Certain fighters that's roaming around, and you're able to talk to them and ask them about certain events. It's a plus in some cases. Jealous can't be happy for the next man. Like I said, Kurt was the realest fight fan that chose to share his knowledge on the TMZ domain. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Reggie took a picture with Spence. Okay, cool. I need to check that out. Reggie got a picture with him. Boy, I know they're going to hate that shit. I know they're going to hate that shit. If Reggie with Spence, where are all the other ones, though? You know what I'm saying? Money Brown, where you at, Money? Why you didn't get a damn picture with your boy? You know what I'm saying? Because every time I'm at a fight week with Bud, I get a picture with him at least. I may not get an interview, but I get a picture with him at least, dog. I'm just saying, brother. W says, how did Malachi get a picture with Terrence? I thought he doesn't like black media and isn't in tune with his own black people. Good synopsis, you know what I'm saying? Way to be visual. Yeah, I thought so too. I thought he didn't deal with black media. But we just found out that's cap. And those some individuals that Bud don't want to mess with because they have bad intentions. These are the type of individuals that just want Bud to come around that say, hey, guess what? I'm going to ask you a tough question. You're on my panel. All the yelling and screaming, hey, come over here to my channel. I bet you won't. I dare you. I dare you to click the link. Man, he ain't clicking no link to deal with you. You're nobody to him. You're nobody. You know what I'm saying? You're nobody. See, Coach just didn't get any picture with Bud. He got a couple of pictures with him in the after party, man. That's all I'm saying. He got the picture with him in the after party, dog. Bud didn't have gloves on. He wasn't sweating and all that. He had already took it to the showers, man. Got ready, prepped for the after party. And he's in the after party, man. And damn snaps, though. Shout out to Martin King, boxing on deck. What's good? Bud did not show any expression or emotion in the ring. He is absolutely a fighter. For real, man. Hey, but my people, I've been on like 2.5. I definitely got to bounce. Y'all hit the replay for all the comments, man. Hey, they've been killing the damn live chat today, man. It's a lot of damn good comments in there. I just can't get through them all right now. But y'all, man, hit the like button on your way out. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everyone for pulling up as always. It's Monday, man. This is the week, the last week of December, heading in there for Christmas, man. You know what I'm saying? So we still got some boxing talk on deck. But remember, you know, you have every right to do your due diligence to look up the information on your own. So check out the information for yourself and continue to turn up and tune in the World Cup. Man, I'm out.